If nobody talks about you, then you are nobody. Then you are nobody. Remember,
I hate a dusty ass candle. Y'all, if you go to the Dollar Tree and you see those candles, don't buy them if they're dusty. It just irritates me, and I feel like it's adding all kinds of stuff to my work that I don't want it to. I'll use it anyway and overcome it, but pay attention to that, because especially when you get ready to wash the candle, if there is dust on it, it kind of it pools in the top of the candle. Have you ever had that happen?
I ain't bought no candle from Dollar Tree.
Oh, I buy all my white ones from Dollar Tree. They're $1.
And they last 18 hours.
So they definitely are not 7-day candles. They are not 7-day candles. But I usually get like 3 or 4 days out of them. Yeah.
I did that one time and I got like a good 2 days out of that candle.
Yeah.
It still worked though.
Yeah.
But I was like, come on, tea light candle.
So I buy it with that expectation now. I buy it with that expectation. I know.
But it is $1 though.
Yeah, it's $1. It's gonna burn for 3 days, 2 or 3 days.
Because I get mine for $3 from Phoenix and Dragon. So if you take,
and they burn for like 5 days. You get 7 days out of them.
I get 5 days.
Yeah,
I've gotten 6 out of a white candle one time at the most. I've gotten 3 at the least from a glass jar candle. But
do you want to talk about how come sometimes they burn faster? And also oils. I have preparations that I make that are for specific purposes. I actually have some examples here. This is an oil. And I use this Douce bottle because it's got the double cross on it, which is also a symbol of...
Keep talking about
It's also a symbol for Eshu or Papa Legba. And that is an oil that corresponds with the energy of Papa Legba, the gatekeeper, the road, the crossroad, master of the crossroads, etc. And so this is an oil that I created, and I will use this to dress my candles with, if I need some of that crossroad energy. This is another preparation that I made. That is actually for Eshu proper, which is the Ifa version of that crossroad energy. And he is the Orisa of the crossroads, and this is just hot peppers and really overproofed alcohol and some other things. But I would put that on the candle. It also makes the flame brighter too. Yeah, and so when those preparations were made, they were also enchanted with a particular purpose, with the ingredients that are added into them when they were made. So then when I add that to the candle, it's just an extra layer of magic.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I wanted to get into the next conversation, which you wanted to talk about, but very quickly. The Papa Legba. So in Haitian voodoo, the cross represents Baron Lacroix. And so I wanted people to know that we are to distinguish between, basically to assume similarity, but also to distinguish between like the ways in which like the Veves work. So Papa Legba's Veve won't look like a cross. But if you see one that has a cross, you're looking at Baron Lacroix Veve. So just a little tidbit of information.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying like for people that would be wondering in the comments, like, because you probably have studied the Veve, but anyway. But no, the cross does stand for the crossroads for Papa Legba, but his Veve won't have.
It's not part of his.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. But so what was it that you wanted to talk about before we got into dressing the candle?
What did I say? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Do y'all remember what she said?
What did I say, y'all?
Because we can always cut this. What did she say that she wanted to talk about? Drink one for me, Quinn. I need to give me another drink.
I want to talk a little bit more about ancestors, though.
Okay. You want to make me a drink in the meantime?
I will.
All right. We'll start up talking about ancestors.
I'm going to go around.
So how y'all digging the show? Hit the skull emoji. How y'all digging the show? We got a lot of comments. Oh, we got 81 people on.
Oh wow! Hey y'all! Hey.
Hey everybody.
Do they have any questions, or are we not ready for questions?
Y'all send us y'all's questions. There's a lot of comments. It's too many to read.
Here you go, my darling.
Keep teaching.
Ooh, look at all those skulls. Yay.
One holder. Okay. All right, so you wanted to talk more about ancestors.
I wanted to talk more about ancestors because you had brought up something interesting, and we hear it a lot of times when we are acting as advisors for people, and we tell them, you need to create an ancestor altar, start working with your ancestors, whatever, and then they call us and they're like, oh my God, ever since I put up that ancestor altar, all kinds of crazy stuff has been happening.
Now talking about actually working with your ancestors. I want to say this. Working with your ancestors does not mean that you treat your altar like it. Working with your ancestors does not mean treating your altar as though it's a plant or a pet. Mm-hmm. There's caring and maintaining your altar, which is you should change the water out. You should make sure the food is good. You should be praying near your altar to make sure that the altar is charged with your energy, that there's a connection there. But working with your ancestors is much more involved than pruning and manicuring an altar. That's not exactly working with your ancestors. That's cleanliness is next to godliness. So you're just providing them with a space for them to frolic without having to think about uncleanliness and the confusion that comes with you being so messy. It tastes really good here, but it has very little value to them. The reason that it tastes so good is to appeal to our physical body. So what on the opposite end, we're getting the yang, we're sucking all the yang out of it. They're just getting the yin. So yeah, they're eating that fried chicken, and they're getting spiritual cancer and spiritual diabetes.
Oh, Quinn.
Your ancestors will get sick.
You ain't wrong. You're not wrong.
But they're not eating the chicken. They're consuming the energy of the chicken. The chicken itself vibrates at a low. I'm
trying to talk to the babies. And what I want y'all to understand is that when you leave out food or when you make offerings to your ancestors, they are being nourished in some way by your offering.
They are. But remember when you left some M&Ms for your ancestors?
Oh my God.
You remember you left them some M&Ms last year? And what did they say? More noble offerings.
More noble offerings. They were like, are you serious?
They accepted it.
They did.
But it was like M&Ms.
So the point that I wanted to make, and that's something that would definitely come later in working with the ancestors, making the determination of what types of things to offer them.
If nobody talks about you, then you are nobody.